Well, this is the view from my truck this morning. Dreary weather, kind of like almost what I had in Nova Scotia, but now we far away from that. And to the left of this truck, with by the way, with the British Columbia plates, on the plate it says British, beautiful British Columbia. And to the left of the truck, between the pole and the truck, find the distance where the truck is going. There's the lake, and the name of this place is Longlac or Longlac in French. And I usually stop here because of the parking. And over there's a coffee shop, and it's all cash only. Washrooms are for customers only. And getting a coffee takes forever, and all they do is, it's basically all sandwiches and pizzas, you know. But I went in with my mask, and I'm the further I go west, the more I stand out with my stuff. But you know, I do want to cover myself because this thing is still going on, and they have markings on the floor where you can stand, of course, you know, the same 6 feet apart, 2 meters apart. And the guy in front of me, I think he works for that there's a kind of like a towing company next door or something. I think I saw him before. He was moving like a trailer, which was a ripped apart trailer, and he was towing it with a tow truck. And so he's super tall guy, you know, taller than me, and he says, "Oh yeah, remember as kids we were playing this game, you know, trying to hit spots on the floor, like, you know." I guess he wanted to talk, and I nodded a few times, you know, and that got me a free coffee, because when he got to the counter, he says, "Okay, I'll buy a free coffee for this gentleman over here and for the lady behind him." I said, "Okay, thank you." And so and she said, what would you like in your large coffee?" I said, "No, please, no, I just had a large coffee. Just please give me a medium." So she gave me a medium. And people were they keep bugging me about the rest of the parts. There you go, that's one part. Okay, you happy now? Which actually makes me feel good, because that means that I'm not too far behind. I'm not too far behind, because I saw 2 trucks with these boom sections. I'm pretty sure they're for this crane, but I did not see the track. I have no idea what kind of truck was used for the track, what kind of permits they were. All I can tell you is that I was really annoyed yesterday when I saw right away, I saw an email from my credit card company, like this new one I got a few months ago, and it's really annoying. As soon as they see, because this is the credit card that doesn't have a set limit, which is a total marketing BS. And basically they say they determine your limit when they look at the 12 months, whatever you were spending over the past 12 months. So that's your limit. And so once they see you start going over, they start sending you all these annoying emails and text messages. And what really gets under my skin is instead of calling me directly, right, just call me, like you have a phone, right? Just call me, "Hey, Mr. DRATCHEV, we're a bit concerned." Instead, they send you an email which says, and I quote, it says, "Dear Mr. DRATCHEV, we're attempting to contact you in regards to your credit card account. Please call us at your earliest convenience." Like, why are you trying to contact me? Call me, right? So I have to call them. And as soon as I got that email, I call them. And you go through, you know, the rigmarole of identifying yourself to the computer, and then after 10 minutes and punching 200 numbers, you hear a message, our office hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and yesterday was Sunday, right? and so many hours on Saturday, and we close Sunday. So why did you send me the freaking email, you know? Anyway, so I just called him. I said, what's going on? I said, I got another one of your emails. I said, yeah, this is my name, calling about my credit card ending in this. What's up? That's what I said, because I said it's getting really, old. And you see over here, everywhere they have these unfriendly signs. Customer parking only, no trucks, tow-away zone. Like over there, no trucks, no parking, no parking. Washrooms are for customers only, cash only. Oh, and the last addition on the door of this unfriendly Robin's coffee shop is, please stop and read. That's what it says. Stop and read. And then below that it says, 5 customers inside only. I look inside. There's 5 people in there. I said, close enough. I walked and waited there. No, but literally it took like 10 minutes to get a cup of coffee. Because they're making sandwiches. And I didn't want to get a sandwich. So the most harmless thing I found in there was a 410 calorie carrot muffin. So I'm trying to stay healthy, but it's not easy. A friend of mine suggested a carnivore diet, and I looked it up online. Turns out it's a guy who wrote this book. He was like a surgeon in military in the U.S. Army, and so basically, medical practitioner, trained, a professional guy. And he started looking into this, how the diet can, affect your, or improve your health and your stuff like that. And so he wrote this book. I want to get it as an ebook, maybe read it on my computer. But what I started saying about the credit card, so it turns out why they sent me that email is that I only saw the balance of $1,000 Canadian, and so that's why I was annoyed. I mean, like, why are you bugging me? I only spent like $1,000 mostly on fuel, because I use that card for like my trucking expenses, like repairs, fuel, stuff like that, so it's easier to keep track of. And she says, well, actually the balance on your card is $7,900. Like, what? How did that happen? And she says, well, there was a bunch of charges. The biggest one was $4,500. And I said, is that from? And I give him the name of my permit company that I used for Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec. And she says, yeah. And I said, well, that's all good, except that, you guys always ask me, right? Like now they stopped, but sometimes still there's some newcomer. Okay, so what's the rates are like on a heavy haul? Like, who cares about the rates? What you want to know is the expenses, because if I tell you the rates, that will not mean anything. So here I am sitting in the middle of nowhere in this dreary weather and thinking about the 4,500 Canadian I just spent just to go through 3 jurisdictions. So 4,500 Canadian is about wait a second, how much is that? So 1,000 Canadian is 700 US. So yeah, roughly just under $3,000, I think. But basically, that's the cost of permits. So it was 300 Nova Scotia, 500 New Brunswick, and probably 300-400 Quebec, and then 125 all Canadian. 125 was the city of Halifax, 350 was the cop escort, and then the rest is the 2 escorts I had for Nova Scotia, 2 escorts I had for New Brunswick, and 1 escort for Quebec. And when I was doing this quote, I told what I factored in for permits was 1,000 Canadian from Nova Scotia to Saskatchewan. And I'm in Ontario where, yeah, I don't need any permits, any escorts here. But I'll still need 2 permits, Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I think those will be probably together about $500. So all in all, it'll be 5,000 Canadian or 3,500 US, whereas my original $1,000 Canadian or 700 US. So, and of course I cannot ask him for more money because it was my mistake. I got lazy. I didn't check my super special secret website that tells me the approximate cost of permits. I just thought, you know, I did Canada before, right? But what I didn't realize that Eastern Canada is so much different from Western Canada. And so that's the thing. So yeah, I negotiated a pretty good rate, but now you see that's what happens. But I'm still making money. I'm still making a profit. All my expenses are covered. It just except that, you know, I thought I'd have a bit more money after it's delivered. All right, so let me go check the load and show you the load, guys, and I'll just check the chains. But ever since I started moving, nothing shifted. I think even if I say so myself, I did a pretty good job with tie downs. So nothing moved. I see that one is locked. Oh, and this is my new conveyor belting. It's 5 feet long. I forgot, 2 feet. Yeah, probably 2 feet wide. So I'm gonna be using it on the ramps from now on, even though of course they're already damaged. But you know. So this is the load, right? And I see they use these actually hold the track from falling down. So this is pretty neat. Because the one I did before, they didn't have this, and these tracks started sagging really bad, so I had to put a timber in there. I see everything is good. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, position 7, and the airbags are pretty similar. Just probably a bit more weight on the back, but also it's a ground, but when I was on the level ground it was similar. And so these are my shims, right? 3 on each side, and they're equal. This didn't move, everything is good. So the next stop is Husky in Nipigon. So once again I'm gonna go through that lake, you know, like the one that I say I hate, but now we're going during the day, so it should be okay. And I just checked my dash cam, and in case you guys are wondering, that's not a new dash cam. I used it before. I bought it because my insurance company wanted me to have something, and so this is something called Nano. Nano. And the picture is pretty good. And the best part about this Nano is that, the best part is that it can record at the same time as it charges, you know. So you can just plug in and it starts automatically. As soon as I hook up, you know, turn the key and hook up that into this USB, it beeps and it starts recording. So which is pretty nifty, because like I have those two GoPros and I used them when I was recording my escape from Halifax, and so I forgot to charge them. So they're not charged, and of course GoPros cannot charge and record at the same time, which is like really weird, because everything else can do that. Like, and that's why now I'm recording with my phone, because phones, of course, you always charge them, right? Because you need to be able to use them. Anyway, so the plan today is I have to get going. Yesterday I did like 890 kilometers. Took me 11 hours on all these roads, you know, with lights and slow speeds and small towns. So today I'm gonna be driving for probably 10-11 hours as well, because I want to get to Dryden, Ontario, which is on the other side of Thunder Bay. And so right now stop one will be Nipigon, which is 194 kilometers away. So it'll gonna take me not 2 hours and 6 minutes, but I'm guessing probably close to 3 hours. That's what it's like, very slow going here. And then from that it'll be Thunder Bay, and then I'm going northwest towards Dryden. And so from here it's probably like 600 kilometers, even more, to Dryden. So it's gonna take me a full day, but then I want to go there because then it's only from Dryden, it's only 2 hours to Manitoba line. And so tomorrow morning I'll wait till Manitoba permit office opens, and in the morning I'll leave a bit later than usual. Like today and yesterday I got up at 6 and I was on the road already at 7, because it gets light like 5:30. So the daylight hours are very long, right? In the summer it's super nice for oversized movement, because you don't have to worry about getting dark. Like yesterday it got dark at like 9:30 in Hearst. I spent the night in Hearst, and so yeah, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna order permits for Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and as soon as I get those, print them out and get going. And I emailed my freight broker. I said I'll probably deliver either Wednesday or Thursday, either Wednesday after lunch or probably Thursday first thing in the morning. And nobody's rushing me, because I still see parts of this crane going, right? It's the same two guys. I saw them before. I saw them in Quebec somewhere, then I saw them in Northern Ontario. So they're going the same route, but I'm positive it's the same boom sections, because I saw them in the port and they're the same color as my track. I did not see the other track, because that would be really neat to see it, but if I do see it, I'll let you know, guys. All right, let's get going.